Right. So I lose that metaphor to reality because 2-month-old Layla is too infant to know that she lives in a school. 200 meters away, a proxy war is being played by men who sit and play in stations far away, pressing a button, waiting for the drones to roll. Little Hamoudi shuffles his cards and asks if I can play. I say I do. He offers me a hand. I hold it because he doesn't realize just outside they've changed every rule. And the queen with all the diamonds is the reason his father died. Alas, he's king of hearts. Layla's mother looks at us with indifference because the homeless know passersby stop only to give away their own guilt. She knows the fortunate trade compassion in markets when you can buy shares in Toyota and get rich discreetly because Toyota is the vehicle of choice for these discreet wars. In Yarmouk camp, Palestinian boys don't notice the sound of mortar shells blocks away from life. They don't notice the rhythm of rapid bullets. Instead, they're intrigued by this foreigner and his boxing gloves. I spent some time trying to puncture the reality with a vortex authentic enough to vacuum their nightmares, just so maybe I can pause time, rewind and replay that hour where they were allowed a childhood and actually played again. Amid this rude destruction, they borrow happiness from taking only one chocolate when offered a bag, just to remain polite. The irony brings me to tears. In Syria, a Palestinian lady named Hanifa escapes Israeli bulldozers and bombs only to be widowed. Soldiers of a cruel God that has forgotten her rape her reality with visions of her husband and son's murder. I offer to teach her boxing. She asks to hold the pads because she doesn't know how to hit people. So I wear the gloves and teach her self-defense in case anyone ever comes to invade her home. And for a moment she forgets that most of her homeland is invaded. A rocket lands somewhere in the distance. She flinches and I stop. A few meters away from a refugee camp empty of hope, there are men full of hate, with hollow hearts and dislocated minds, imposing justification for injustice, marching in a direction mapped by history but distorted by distance because they have never been allowed to get close to the truth. In Damascus, Syria, Samira says, in 6 months I'll have my master's. But what's the point? Because the only education useful here is in loading the barrel of guns. Maybe I should get my PhD on how to pull triggers. In Sadanaya, Saha, 16, dismantles a machine gun and then puts it back together. Her brother watches proudly because at least I know she can use it when they get here. They have already accepted things we bet against with life insurance. In the old city, he doesn't let me pay for shawarma. In the market, she shakes in fear and begs me not to speak too loud about politics because Assad has eyes and ears everywhere. At the conference, he tells me to ask questions, the ones that they themselves can't ask. At the hotel, he told me al-Nusra killed his son because he tried to reconcile this mess. At the cafe, he told me that he witnessed foreign fighters shoot into the crowd, then the police, then disappear, sparking the beginning of this bloodshed. On the last day, at the Morose Hotel, he hides a tear and asks if I will come back because he feels like we can be best friends. Driving away with the point of his Kalashnikov peeping out the window, I yell out, of course I'll be back, not believing my own uncertainty. In Beirut, an old man speaks in perfect English and with the same defiance as every other Syrian I've met. He says, the strongest resistance is a life willing to go on. On Christmas Island, in a detention center, hidden from our eyes, a Syrian man writes from behind the fence, built to keep out innocent but desperate lives. On a piece of paper, in an English less broken than his heart, it reads, over there, the war took everything, but I kept my dignity. Over here, there is no war, but they took everything. Thank you. Thank you for coming and thank you for listening.